All right, gamers. Welcome to another tournament. This is Pokemon Rumble. If you haven't heard of it, it's a WiiWare game, came out in 2009. We're going to be doing a any percent no passwords tournament. Let me see where these guys were. They're in a race. Okay, yeah. So they're going to start whenever. They're running up in there. And but yeah, this is Pokemon Rumble. It's gonna be any percent no passwords. The difference between passwords and no passwords just means there's gonna be a lot more RNG that the runners are gonna have to work around and deal with in this run, as opposed to passwords. A lot more stuff can happen. Each run is gonna look a little different from each other. It kind of gives more Pokemon speedrunning vibes for sure. The passwords category is a lot more optimized, a lot more cutting the corners dependent, making sure you're doing everything as fast as possible. This category is more so making sure that you can finish the game and do it fast enough. But everyone's ready. We're starting in 5 seconds. Going to be pretty exciting. I think these guys are pretty equal. Rob doesn't have their PB on the leaderboards, I don't believe, but I believe they have like around like a low 50 time. halqery has a 42, I believe, which is pretty good in this time, or in this category. World record is 37 minutes. But are we starting? Okay, there we go. But halqery hasn't played the game in a little bit, so it's gonna be interesting to see just like other people play the game. This is a game I've been playing for almost a decade now. I've been speedrunning it since around 2015. And throughout the years, it's grown popularity through lots of different avenues, whether it's through some like random speedruns, some shiny hunting streams, which happens a lot in this game. Is a very popular game for shiny hunting. It's the only Pokemon Rumble game that has shiny Pokemon in it. And there's also a really cool fan game that was released during the pandemic, a Pokemon Rumble Weekend Edition, which this game only consists of Generation 1 and 4 Pokemon, because it came out during Generation 4. And the only Pokemon that we're going to be seeing in this part of the run is only Kanto Pokemon. But in the game's code, there are Generation 2 and 3 Pokemon. So that's kind of cool. You get to in the fan game, you're able to play with those Generation 2 and 3 Pokemon that you're not usually able to even see. So it's pretty cool for that regard. But this is just a regular Pokemon Rumble. Again, came out in 2009 on the WiiWare. WiiWare is basically kind of like Virtual Console, very infant days Virtual Console. And even though it's kind of like a basic small game, there's actually a lot of content, and it's definitely probably the most popular Pokemon Rumble game of the series. There's 5 of them, I believe. And in my opinion, they each kind of get a little further from what the original was. But you know, it is what it is. But anyway, now we're gonna get to the speed run. I was kind of filling in the space. We get a whole opening cutscene. Basically, this Rattata is this whole first 5 minutes is a whole. I have to change the audio right. Sorry, talking mid commentary about what I have to do out behind the commentary, but that's okay. We're gonna do, yeah, that's fine. Okay, so what we're doing now is a whole tutorial. The Rattata goes into this battle royale. You're not supposed to go into the battle royale until you get a certain power, and that's goes the same for each Pokemon Rumble, or not, sorry, for each rank. So for rank C, it's we have to get a 100 power Pokemon. For rank B, we have to get 200 power, so on and so forth. There's 4 total ranks for each difficulty, and we're just doing normal difficulty. That's the regular any percent. That's how it goes. And right now we're really having an interesting battle swap off right here at the tutorial. Pretty much all you got to do is go into the tutorial level. It's Silent Forest. We're never going to go back into this level in this category unless we see some interesting routing. But there are certain stages that are just faster than others, partially because of the length of each room, and also because of like the Pokemon that show up. The bosses that you have to fight is also very important to what the route is. But since this is no passwords, you can kind of vary your routes a little bit because you have like too much of one Pokemon, or you already have something for speed, but you need something for fighting Pokemon. There's going to be moves that we're going to be looking for, like Quick Attack, Aqua Tail, Agility. These kinds of moves make your Pokemon move faster than if you were just walking. Also, we're going to be trying to get Pokemon that have a little bit faster walking speed. Throughout the run, we're pretty much going to be going to a lot of the stages on the right side of the game, or of the hub worlds, just because those Pokemon are like generally a lot better, and those stages are a lot shorter than the stages on the left for some reason. So the main goal is to just complete the least amount of stages and also get the power you need to get into the Battle Royale, and then beat those Battle Royales as fast as possible. Generally, you get the power within beating 3 stages, and then when you enter a 4th stage, you can collect the power. There's going to be some variations there as well, but it's pretty much stuck to complete 3 levels, go into a 4th level, and collect Pokemon. So halqery's finished with the tutorial, Rob right behind. They're going to go into Windy Prairie. They're going to try and get a Doduo with Quick Attack. That's a really good power Doduo. As I said earlier, that's a perfect Doduo right there. 83 in Quick Attack. You're going to see some really cool fast movement from halqery here. And you're going to see just the instant difference in gameplay that you have to see. It's a really bad Spearow, but he doesn't really have to worry about collecting any more Pokemon. He has a really good Doduo here. You can honestly just run through the rest of the level and be fine for the rest of the rank. Meanwhile, Rob still needs to get some Pokemon. 39 Spearow is definitely not going to be good enough. You want to try and get something above 60. 60 is kind of low even in itself, but if you get something like 60 or higher, you can kind of work with that. Looks like you got a Doduo. Maybe okay, that's good. Oh, that's a Fearow? Oh, no, he didn't. So that animation that Farfetch'd is in. Okay, he has a Quick Attack Doduo. It got a little later than halqery, but you know, that's fine. It's only about 20 seconds time loss. Just keep on. But that's both really good Doduos, really good powers. Like I said, the power max is for 100 power, or for the rank C is 100 power, so getting 80 in the second stage is really good. halqery also has some good backup Pokemon. Already done with that second stage. As you can see, he's saved quite a bit of time over Rob just because he got that Quick Attack Pokemon so much earlier. And he's going to go into Fiery Furnace just because it's the second shortest stage in the level, or in the game, but the boss Pokemon is going to be a lot easier to kill than the shortest stage in the game, which we haven't seen yet. We're going to see that in the next rank. Taking care of that boss really good, Rob did. Also, Quick Attack is really, really good in this game. It has, I think, 4 or 5 hitboxes, launches the Pokemon forward, and also has kind of like super armor. If you don't know what super armor is, like if you get knocked back or something, it'll not knock you away. So if you're fighting a boss Pokemon, you can just continuously mash Quick Attack, and as long as they don't hit you in an opportune time, you will not get knocked away, and you'll just keep doing a lot of damage to the boss. It's very good for boss fights. But you can also see the damage that you do and take differs every time you complete a stage. The Pokemon get a little bit more powerful. Now that halqery's completed 3 levels, he's going to go into a 4th stage and just try and kill everything and get the power that he needs. And that'll change a little bit for each rank. In this rank, we're going to go to Rocky Cave. Clefairy Machop are very, very good Pokemon. The Pokemon that we were trying to get here are just something that's really good with fighting. We don't really care about the speed of the Pokemon here. Sorry, I didn't. But we are just trying to kill everything as fast as possible, and also try to get the power we need, and try to get something that is also useful for the fights. 110 is a really good power. Geodude, not too great of a Pokemon, but it can have some decent moves. Magnitude is the most ideal thing to get. Didn't see what it has. It only has 3 Pokemon. That's actually crazy. Very uncommon that you only have 3 Pokemon right here. Rob going to Eternal Tower. I don't think that was a mistake there. In rank C, you don't have to, you go to 1 less stage than you would typically go to, just because you have that tutorial level cleared already, and that counts as a cleared stage. I did not look at that Geodude move, but halqery's on a pretty good pace here. Sub 930 going into the Battle Royale is pretty good. Generally, like, if you're looking at some regular speedrun attempts of this category, I'd say anything under 12 minutes in the first rank is a pretty solid run. Of course, like, that's give or take. You know, you can definitely get. I think I've gotten a sub 10 before, maybe, but it's very uncommon. But this is the battle route. Rock Throw is actually not bad. It might actually be its best move it can have. Pretty interesting Pokemon usage we're seeing here. You do not see Geodude every day, but this gets to showcase some range attacks. There are range attacks moves in this game, just like there's regular just close-up attacks. I'm having a rough time, man. Getting the power. 95 Geodude, that's really close, but not gonna cut it. But we have range attacks in this game, which are pretty useful. They aren't the best for battle royales, but of course, in no passwords, you can't really be mad about what you get sometimes. So if you're gonna get a range attack with your 110 Pokemon, I'd take it. You have to be very careful of how close the Pokemon get to him, otherwise he won't be able to hit them. Luckily, he does have a high power, and he's Geodude, so he has a good damage and defense ratio. I was having a rough time. Not getting the power, showing the true differences that Pokemon Rumble can show, especially for no passwords. When you're using passwords, a lot of this stuff is a lot more consistent. Getting a 103 Machoke though, that's very good. Hopefully it has quick attack, not quick attack, sorry, Karate Chop. Karate Chop is definitely one of the best moves that we can get, especially at this part of the run. And the reason that Rob is dying, halqery did the same thing earlier. In order to save the Pokemon that you collect, you either have to complete the stage fully or die. So it's best to just get the Pokemon you need and then die. But halqery is running right through this. 11-20 rank C, pretty solid. Now this is looking pretty one-sided right at the moment, but anything can happen. I've had so many runs that have had fantastic rank Cs and then absolutely just went to the garbage can in this particular stage that halqery's in right now. Grass types are super duper bad in this game. Grass types and water types both aren't very useful. Water type is okay, but not very useful. But grass types are not good in this game. This game has a very weird leaderboard of what are some of the best Pokemon and types. Normal type, fighting type, flying type's pretty good too. Psychic's pretty decent as well, but some of those types you wouldn't normally see as some of the best types. But these typings in this game, especially when we're doing regular any %, a lot of the moves that we use are going to be stab if you're a normal type. And fighting type as well. Machoke has low kick. The Machoke that Rob has is low kick. Not a terrible move. It's not the best one, especially when you're in these earlier ranks when the Pokemon are really light, because it goes off of the weight of the Pokemon. But it's still not bad. Machoke is still very useful. You just have to be careful and not die here. He does have some backups though, unlike halqery. halqery does not have many backup Pokemon. I'm not sure if halqery got Doesn't look like he got quick attack on that Pidgeotto. Might have just tackle and like dust or something. That's a common moveset on Pidgeotto. So in rank B is probably the most inconsistent and like interesting rank out of all of them for Pokemon Rumble. And in rank B alone, you're able to get the 200 power, the power that you need to enter the Battle Royale, a level earlier if you get lucky enough. Certain levels, it seems to be way more consistent than others, but it is possible to get 200 power in your third stage. This is very unlikely. The most likely would be if he goes to Eternal Tower third. So it looks like he's going to try and go for it. Might as well, you know. I think if I were to be doing regular races, I would honestly, since he didn't get too much, he got this quick attack Pidgey, but I don't think it's strong. It's not too strong. It's okay though. But Pidgey itself is not that strong, and it also dies pretty early. So if you don't get anything too great, it's not a bad idea to go here first. That's where the route differentiation starts to occur. You can decide to go to Fiery Furnace and really get something that can help you with fighting and moving. Ponyta and Voltorb are both very fast, Electrode and Rapidash as well. And if you get a Growlithe, it's not the fastest Pokemon, but it is strong, has good moves for fighting. But Ponyta can have Quick Attack and also can get Agility, and Electrode and Voltorb are really, really fast. The way that you see, and you can see it on Rob's gameplay right over here, the dot system, that's how the game does its stats. Instead of doing like certain numbers or whatever, they give each Pokemon a dot system based on its general base stat total for each stat. So for example, like Machoke has I think it was 2 attack and 3 defense or something like that. 3 attack, 2 defense. Based that off of whatever its stat is, like actually in the game. And the same thing goes for HP. HP does have a number, but it's still based off a dot system. They have everything as a dot system, I guess, other than HP. HP does have numbers, but Speed has a dot system, and you don't get to see that Speed dot system, but it does exist. So we pretty much just go off of like visual cues and what the Pokemon's base speed stat total is. Okay, 120 Pidgey isn't terrible. Having some not getting much Pokemon struggles, as I was said earlier at the beginning of this rank. It happens a lot, just like getting a lot of decent stuff, getting some stuff going in rank C, and then once you get to rank B, the game really just punishes you a little bit. But we're gonna see if halqery gets this early 200. That'll be really interesting. Don't know how aware they are of that, but a lot of these players. Okay, he's using. Okay, trying to get something else. Fair. Rob doesn't have much to work with right now. He hasn't gotten great luck this run so far. Whenever I'm in rank E or Eternal Tower in general, I like to try to get a Kadabra. Kadabra's really, really good. Kadabra's really has the fastest speed stat that you can have. And Confusion is a very, very busted move in this game. So. This Electrode is the thing most likely to be the power that you need. So let's hope maybe if it drops. Electrode drop? Don't know why he wasn't quick attacking. I'm not sure why. But we got both gamers here kind of struggling a little bit. I think 82 is not going to cut it here for sure. I think he has something else to work with, but this is a rough, windy prairie Rob's having to deal with for sure. Wonder how he's gonna get out of this. You can be pretty easy. This boss fight isn't too hard, and you can also get like some of the boss enemies that are around them, and they can help you out. But yeah, 82 is definitely not great. halqery over here is also trying to now get his 200 power. He didn't get anything I don't actually think he got anything really helpful at all in the Eternal Tower. He got, I think, got a coughing, which is not good. Okay, sorry about that. IRL thing come up. Did not get to catch what happened with Rob. It looks like he might have died though in Windy Prairie, which very unfortunate. Definitely happens, especially if you're just unable to get anything helpful, high power or anything. halqery did seem to get his 200 power eventually. This is definitely like how a typical rank B goes. Rank B is definitely, I'm gonna say second most difficult rank to get out of to work with. Vine Whip is a terrible move to have to work around. Also, it was a hard. It comes out really quick and has a big hitbox. It's the only good thing about the grass types. Oh gosh, halqery also taking a death there. You don't really want to go into the battle royales with like lower power Pokemon unless you really don't have much going on. I'm assuming that Voltorb he has doesn't have a great move. This is another aspect of no passwords that you have to like keep in the considerations. Like you have to go really fast, but you also have to make sure that you have Pokemon that can fight and take some hits if you need to. You can obviously do these battle royales damage lists possible. There are some strats to make it a little bit more consistent as well. Having Ember is very good. This 173 power is definitely good enough. If I have a Pokemon that's like under the power, grasp, whatever, if it's 200, I try to go at the lowest one, like around 170 if I'm using something. Even then, I try to stay around 20 points underneath it instead of being 30. It just makes it so if you do get hit, you can probably tank a hit or two. Like that, like he was 170, like low 170, was able to take one of those hits at least. But really being able to deal those damage to the bosses is also very important. For this battle royale, so for each one there's bosses, like little boss Pokemon that show up at the end of it. You have to kill a certain amount in order to get. Sorry, my brain just like stopped working. In order to get like the last boss Pokemon to show up in this one, you have to kill at least one. So he killed the Golem, so the last one will show up on time. Otherwise, you have to like kill everything and then you kill one of the one of the bosses and it'll show up. halqery's on very low health, 1 life left. You have 1 life in. Ooh. You get 1 life, or you get 3 lives in like everything you do, and all the regular stages. You have 3 lives, so on and so forth. My goodness, this is so spooky. He has a lot of Pokemon that actually can't do too much to him, other than the boss Pokemon. So Machamp is very, very spooky. Machamp has a crazy hit radius, crazy damage output as well. He obviously will die in 1 hit. I actually am surprised he didn't get hit by that. Oh, and he got hit by the Executor. Oh my gosh. That's so unfortunate. halqery kind of making it a little bit easier for Rob to catch up, actually. Rob's almost done with Fiery Furnace, which is unfortunate. He's, took him a little bit to get there, but he got there. He has a strong quick attack Pidgeotto, it looks like. So again, sorry for the silence. I got a little personal stuff happen, but we're all good now. But yeah, this is an interesting race. This game has not been raced too much, and I've done some races actually with halqery back like years ago. I got halqery running into this game. I got him into running this game forever ago, and got him to enter the tournament now, and I appreciate everyone that did. But it's a hard game to race. There's lots of stuff that can go down, especially when you're doing no passwords. Lots of stuff that can happen. You really have to be able to think on your feet, make some bold decisions, play with some not so optimal Pokemon. It's not easy. So props to like all the runners that have done runs of the category or have decided to enter the tournament. It's pretty interesting. Oh, that's so unlucky. Okay, he mashed out of it. So sometimes you can get stunned, similar to how other Pokemon can get stunned when you're just hitting them. I think I was talking about it earlier. Oh yeah, that's actually gonna be a L. Okay, yeah, Flame was not good. Yeah, he doesn't have a great. Just doesn't have a great Pokemon. 148 Growlithe is not good. He's gonna have to probably end up working with one of those tackle. Probably just the Voltorb. You want to go for the strongest one. Yeah, that's really unfortunate. I lost my train of thought, but Rob is hot on halqery's trail at this moment. I'm not sure what he's doing. Oh, sometimes Quick Attack has like a homing effect where it doesn't necessarily go in the direction you're holding because of like either like a Pokemon standing there or something like that. Ooh, he's going to Rocky Cave. I don't recommend this. I think he's Rob also Rob hasn't done too many runs of Rumble. He's done some runs here and there. He's done a lot of series race stuff. If you know anything about the Pokemon series race, Rob's done a lot of runs of that, runs related to that. That's why he's familiar with the Rumble run and the Rumble series. Got a special trait. Ooh, good to talk about special traits. But yeah, Rob's having to familiarize with himself with the game again. But he got a special trait Pokemon. That's something fun and unique with this game. Instead of like natures with this game, they decided to add, and how agree with that death? Oh no. He will be able to tank a hit or two, not really of Machamp. That's not really how that works. You don't really tank a hit of Machamp. You hope it only hits you once. I think he's fine though. Once he hits him, he's in a stun lock. Yeah, you stun lock very easily in this game. So good job, halqery. GG's. Getting out of there. By the skin of his Voltorb. But and I lost my train of thought again. Getting sidetracked. Sorry, gamers. halqery finishing up the battle royale as Rob is gonna start entering in, so that's kind of cool. It's starting to the gap is starting to thin for sure. 220 Growlithe with Bite, not the best, but not bad. Bite is actually pretty decent with this battle royale because it's super effective against 2 of the bosses, which is very helpful. Another factor that's also taken into consideration only mildly, really. Ooh, that was so close. If you get hit while you're swapping Pokemon or anything, it will just cancel out the animation. Ooh, he has to mash it to get out of that. Oh goodness. Oh, unlucky with the paralysis. If you mash, you can get out of like paralysis or getting stunned or something like that a little quicker, but it's still a little stunned, and you still gotta mash. Oh my goodness. His other Growlithe has Bite too. That's good. They also, for the Battle Royales, they always use, they take pools of Pokemon from each stage. Even if you don't go to that stage, they'll take pools of Pokemon from there. And it can be any of those Pokemon that are in that rank, it can be, sometimes you can get, a bunch of Venonats, and that's honestly better than a bunch of Wigglytuffs. So you'd rather want stuff that's, weaker, doesn't have as much defense or health. stuff you're super effective against or doesn't resist what you have. Resistance isn't too big of a deal. Like, you can actually hit ghost types with normal type moves in this game. There's no such thing as being. Oh yeah, he walked right into that. That's it's like a shockingly large. No, I don't know if this was the move. Lick is not a good move at all. Oh no. He might be close enough to the end for it to be okay, but if this is its only move, that's gonna be quite the trek, especially if this is his last life here. I gotta get rid of that golem for sure. halqery finishing up Windy Prairie rank A. Rank A, so rank A is my least favorite rank. It's kind of like they didn't know what Pokemon to put in the rank, and they didn't have enough stuff to kind of make variations, very much variation between rank B and rank A and rank S. So they kind of put a lot of cool like Pokemon and whatever in rank B. Oh dang, Rob taking an L there as well. Rank B Battle Royale is not easy. It's probably the hardest one, next to the last one, but I'd say it's probably the one I've lost the most runs to. And also because of just the Pokemon pool that you get in rank B, kind of not the most offensive. But yeah, rank A is very inconsistent with trying to get your power that you need for the Battle Royale. A lot of the time, you'll be going to the last room of Rocky Cave or wherever you go, and you still won't be getting the power, so you have to redo the level again or beat the level and re-enter it, whatever you decide to do. It's just a lot of stuff can go wrong. Obviously, you can get it in the first room and it'll be fine, but like any other Pokemon, it's RNG. Or any other Pokemon game, it's RNG, and you know, it's up to that. See if that'll happen. So halqery is doing pretty decent running through these levels. You got a Persian, really good Pokemon. Persian's super good. Like the fastest speed that you can have. Very good move pool. Normal moves are stab, so it does even more damage. Very good Pokemon. Almost, if not at this point, especially since there's so many Pokemon that you have to like worry about now as well. Once you like the more ranks there are, the more Pokemon you have to fight against in the rooms and such. So but yeah, Persian's really good. Persian type. It's basically around this time faster to have something that's like just has faster walking speed and some decent moves than it is to have something with quick attack, just because all the amount of Pokemon that'll be in the stage will kind of make the game lag too much. Even though it is a Wii game, it does lag. Definitely not been a hidden secret at all, but it is a thing. And there are ways to reduce the lag, so that's part of the method. Taking an L, that's unfortunate, but he has another one. Scratch, Fake Out, not the best moveset, but that's okay. Still fine moves. Pokemon Rumble where Scratch is a fine move. Oh no. He is at the last he is at the last boss, so he can work this out. He has enough time to also kind of take his time. If you run out of time in the Battle Royale, you do lose, so you can't do that. But he has a lot of time on the clock, so he should be okay as long as he just doesn't get hit again. Very spooky situation for Rob. I think he should be fine here. Playing it safe, that's fine. Alright, it's unlocked. Good job, Rob. Claps in the chat for Rob. Oh no, halqery didn't survive the Gengar fight. That's actually it's a little surprising. The reason you go to, again, like I said earlier in the run, part of the routing for the stages is like the Pokemon that you can use and whatnot, but it's also the defense of the boss Pokemon that you have to fight. We don't go to Eternal Tower, even though this is the shortest. Oh my! This is the shortest level in the game. has the shortest rooms, takes the least amount of time to complete it, even with the bosses. But in rank C, it's just not the case. You have to fight Marowak, and Marowak has a lot of defense, especially in that part of the run where you don't have really anything that is super effective against normal types or is really all that strong. It's just rank C. So we just don't go there because the boss fight would just take too long. But in every other rank, you're going to see us going to Eternal Tower. It's just super quick. The boss fights are usually really quick as well, just because the bosses aren't as defensive. Gengar is really not that defensive. So again, kind of crazy didn't die, but if you get hit by Gengar's moves, they will do a lot of damage to you. It looks like Rob got a Speedy. I think Rob got Speedy. A perfect transition. So those special trades, we're seeing a lot of them right now, actually. halqery got 2 of them. He got another one just now. It was Punchy, very useful for... Ooh, and it has Quick Attack. That's interesting. Very interesting. Punchy Quick Attack is probably pretty cool. And then Rob has a backup Quick Attack Eradicate, which is also pretty helpful. Eradicate's also decent. It's like a soft Persian, you know, well, diet Persian, if you will. But Punchy does like boost your attacking damage. So special traits, I think I was talking about it earlier, got a little sidetracked. They're kind of like natures. They'll just be random on a Pokemon, and they'll boost a random part of the gameplay. Sometimes it's HP, it's health, or HP, defense, attack, speed, which is what you would really want in a run like this, is a speedy Pokemon. It just doubles the walking speed of whatever Pokemon it is. And you can just get them randomly throughout the run if you just kill Pokemon and they drop. And they have that pink text. But it's random, so I think in like the world record there was a couple of those collected, but I don't remember. Killing the Slowpoke is not ideal, actually. Slowpoke technically can be the power you need, only if it's a shiny Pokemon. If it's shiny, the Pokemon will tend to be stronger than normal. Oh no, Rob taking a death in rank A. It's another place that you actually can die pretty easily, just because like you don't get enough Pokemon, or like the boss fight's a little rough, or like you don't get the moves you need. Aerodactyl is pretty strong. It has a large hitbox, so. And 398, typical rank A stuff here. halqery's still trying to get this the power. Hopefully he doesn't have to redo the whole level. But for Rob's sake, I think Rob would like that. There we go, 400. Slowbro is not that great, but it's the most likely Pokemon to be the power that you need. So kind of annoying in that case. Confusion, not bad. It's actually not bad. And that Machamp has a price drop. That's honestly what he's probably going to be using. Very good. Very, very good. Even if it's not the power. Yeah, I think it's a choke maybe. Whatever that was. Fighting types are good. So we will most likely not see that Slowbro. Okay, sorry. halqery starting up this battle royale. The battle royale rank A is hard. There's some tricky parts to it. Like the Gravelers, when they use their rollout, if they hit the ring, which if you ever hit that, it'll just bounce you off, and it'll bounce whatever you hit to it off. They'll do damage to it. It's pretty neat. Draft killing bosses. But if a Graveler rolls into it, they can keep their momentum and keep hitting, keep their like hurt box out, and it'll just like do a lot of damage to you and it's lame. Luckily, that didn't happen. But as you can see, Krychov's pretty good. It's pretty reliable. It's very quick and does a lot of damage, especially if you're a champ. So this is going pretty well for halqery. Rob's coming up on behind. Got out of the Windy Prairie. The Windy Prairie is definitely the most difficult one of the rank A stages, so hopefully it doesn't have any more blunders. Maybe get some better RNG than halqery did. It's definitely not over. halqery got some good luck throughout this run for sure. Rank S happens. Rank S is definitely not for the faint of heart. if you're kind of rusty or like forgetting some stuff or not playing on top of your game, you can definitely have some depth for sure. So interested to see how Rank S is gonna go. It might be fine. We'll see. Maybe get some lucky Pokemon, some agility or whatever. If you get an abundance of Pokemon in any rank, it's gonna be a lot easier for you to do stuff. It just takes time to kill those Pokemon and collect those Pokemon. So it's finding that balance. halqery finishing up that battle royale with ease, not even taking a death. Good job, halqery. The winner of this is going to be playing. I don't know if that match has been fully finished yet. Winner of Diego. There's 2 Diegos in this tournament. Hold on. Let me make sure I'm getting the right Diego. My brain works. I promise. Diego Armando and Zener. Whoever wins that will be playing whoever wins this set. Or, yeah, this set, whatever. this match. But anyway, halqery in rank S. This is the last rank of normal mode. The Pokemon power that we needed to get the last one, I didn't specify, sorry. It was 400, but this one is 600. So it goes from 1, 2, 4 to 6. Kind of weird jumps there, but it is what it is. But the power creep is pretty drastic in both rank A and rank S, but from rank A to rank S, it's crazy. You really can't use anything you previously have been using unless it's like really high power, like right at the 400 or pretty close to it. If it's under 400, it's honestly not really usable in rank S. But if it has like a special trait or something, maybe like this Electabuzz has a special trait, so it's kind of being able to fend for itself a little bit. But even then, it's still kind of taking a little bit. Luckily, halqery hasn't taken much damage. But ideally, he gets a Fearow or Dodrio that has agility. That would be really good, and obviously in a decent attacking move. But if it has agility, it's pretty hype. He does need some attacking Pokemon. I don't know if he got anything else other than that Fearow, but Fearow can have some bad moves. I think he's just planning on going and just dying with the Electrode. That's fine. Does do a decent amount of damage with the Punchy ability. Yeah, it's actually not a bad idea. You know what? I approve this. I approve this move here, unless the Fearow has agility, then it's slow. But honestly, that boss fight was really fast. So good job, Hal. We're gonna see what that Fearow has. Okay, Aerial Ace. Oh, Peck is a very good move for attacking, but quick attack is fine. All right, we got an interesting setup here with halqery. halqery's doing a pretty decent job in S-rank so far. And Rob got his 400 power. I think got a little quicker than halqery did. That's cool. And halqery's going through the motions. Fiery Furnace is definitely the hardest one to go through without dying, I'd say. For sure, Windy Prairie, it's kind of hard to get out of the first couple rooms, but once you're out of the first couple rooms, it's not too difficult. But for Fiery Furnace, you can kind of die whenever in this stage. Ideally, he gets a Charizard. Charizard's really, really good in this game. The ones in these earlier rooms are going to have more health than the ones in the later rooms. Another factor that goes into it is like there's some Pokemon that are rare or uncommon or less common or more common, whatever. So like Ponyta, Electrode, Arcanine are more common. Charizard is uncommon, so it comes up as like a rare Pokemon in the earlier rooms, and then it becomes as more common in the later rooms. So hopefully he gets one. Doesn't look like he's gonna try to get one. That's okay. He can try and get one a little later when he's trying to get a 600 power Pokemon. Charizard is just very useful. It's fat, has the fastest walk speed, has really, probably the best move pool in the game. For being honest, very, very good. Rob using a Gengar with, I believe that's Payback. It's a pretty solid move. I like Gengar. This game is fast as well. And it's not doing a lot of damage to the Moltres. He has Charge Beam Spark, that's interesting. Oh, it has Stomp, okay. Stomp's not a great move, but it's not a bad move. But Spark will not actually not do bad against the Moltres. It's super effective, love that. Spark is probably, it's one of the better electric type moves. Thunder is probably the best one. Thunder is really good in this game. Okay, we're seeing a Confusions. Confusions probably is also like another situation. It's just like the move is not that good, like known as not that good, but in this game it's just good. I don't know why. It has a decent amount of damage output and it's fast. Good. Recommend it. Ooh, he's stuck in the middle. Oh goodness. Spooky for Rob over here. halqery getting through Fiery Furnace and moving on to Eternal Power. All he's got to do is just get past this last boss fight and get 600 power and not lose the Battle Royale. Looking pretty nice for halqery for sure. It does look like Rob's going to need some miracle work in order to take a W here. But there is losers bracket, or whoever does lose here, because who knows? Maybe halqery just can't get to 600 and dies a bunch in Battle Royale. It's possible. It's definitely possible. I can't say I haven't seen some crazy stuff happen like that before in this game either. So, but looks like halqery's playing a little safer here. He has a Confusion Alakazam, which is probably a little bit better than, in a sense, a little bit better than the Kadabra. I do think it's a little slower walking speed wise, but it's stronger than the Kadabra, of course. Does need to play careful. Does have Thunder. Again, Thunder is really good, especially when it has with the boss Pokemon. I think the Alakazam's dead. Ooh, he's not dead. Fast walking speed to get away from it. You can see where they're gonna hit him because there's like a little like light like emanating from the sky, kind of. Oh, he's dead. Oh my gosh, this is crazy. He keeps not dying. Should be fine then. Oh my god. As long as he keeps playing defensive like this. We got Rob in S rank now. Rob does need to kill stuff. Doesn't need to kill stuff, Rob. Would like Rob to kill some stuff. And halqery going to get his last power. So the reason the order that he went into the oh, we got the first room drop. I was so lucky. Oh my goodness. The reason he went to Fiery Furnace is because the Pokemon pool there is so much better than pretty much everything else. In rank S, all the stages have some decent Pokemon in it. I'd say Silent Forest doesn't really have anything great, but everything else has decent Pokemon in it. But to get to those like good Pokemon that'll be the power that you need as fast as possible, Fiery Furnace is your best bet. And clearly you got in the first drop. Ember Quick Attack is okay. It'll do fine in this Battle Royale as long as he doesn't die. I'm not sure what his backup would be if he did die. Rob having a rough time over here because he didn't collect enough Pokemon kind of in this stage. Unless he starts doing that right now, which he looks like he kind of has to. You definitely want to try and collect like a decent, like 1 or 2 Pokemon in like that first couple rooms, and just go right into it. For rank S, again, like power creep is crazy. But halqery starting that, starting the battle royale. Let's see how this goes. Has the most amount, like the first wave is usually always the most difficult one for me. So getting past this first wave is huge, especially if you don't take too much damage. So see how this goes. Dodrio is spooky. I'm dodging up the Dodrio. I'm scared for Rob here, but it looks like he'll be fine. Similar to the rank B Royale, we pretty much just want to, obviously we have to kill all of them, but we want to just focus on one boss. Once the bosses show up, there's going to be 3 bosses that show up, and we have to kill one of them in order to spawn the last one. So we do that. See how halqery takes that. Luckily did not get confused by that. Golduck is a really annoying Pokemon to deal with. Water Pulse comes out really quick, has a deceivingly large hitbox, and it can confuse you, which is really annoying. Good thing you didn't get confused. Alright, so we got this trio. Oh my gosh, you played that so be very careful here. We can be careful. We can be like rather. I usually keep Zapdos alive. Zapdos has the worst hitbox out of all of them. Moltres has the largest hitbox, but Aerodactyl has like the most pulverizing one. I don't know how else to really describe it, but Aerodactyl is very spooky, and I like to just kill Aerodactyl first if I can. Ice Beam has a very large hitbox, very far range, and it does a lot of damage. So I just usually end up killing it first. But it looks like the Moltres is gonna die first. Damn, the burn didn't last. Okay, there you go. That's another good thing about like fire type move, Ember or whatever. It can burn, very helpful. So Mewtwo is the last boss here. It's the boss that's been getting secretly plugged at the end of each rank, or at the beginning of each rank. Everyone look at it. The mysterious false Pokemon. Looks like halqery did it though. Kind of letting the Mewtwo kill everything is honestly a really good strat. Mewtwo is really busted and does a lot of damage to everything. But it's looking like halqery's about to finish this up. The time is when he collects the coin after this battle royale, so GG's halqery, almost sub 50, very solid, basically first run back. All right. GG's halqery on the W. I'm not sure if like interviews are a thing. Be kind of funny. But that was a solid first run. You got to see some pretty cool like speedrun strats there. Got to see some quick attacks, some special trait stuff. Some fast fights. That was great. It was good. Love to see it. Ooh, halqery getting the Moltres. halqery, Rob getting the Moltres. What's up, halqery? Joining the live on air. Can't hear you, I don't think. Oh wait, I have hold on a second. That's not you, it's me.
Hello?
Okay, hello.
That was both the most unlucky and luckiest run I've ever seen in my life. Can you hear me now?
Me? Oh, yeah, I can hear you. Now I think it was me. My bad. I had 2 Discord tabs, both muted. All right. But congrats on the W.
That run sucked. That run was. I was so happy in the beginning. I think I had like 80 something quick attack Dodo. I was chilling, and then I died in rank B. And
Rob had honestly a rather similar story to tell with his like unfortunate events. He had less good luck in terms of getting the Pokemon like needed to do well in the levels though. You got quick attack a lot quicker than he did. And just
yeah, but can we talk about how like what my team was going into rank B's
the battle
like royale. I had like
you had 3 Pokemon. I've actually never seen that. I know it's possible, But having those 3 Pokemon, I was like, wow, you just can't really die.
Yeah.
Was that the first completed run of Rumble? Like, I mean, I know it was. I mean,
No, but
okay.
today is my first day playing Rumble since the Obama administration.
That's awesome, dude. That's awesome. Welcome back.
I had like a 47 on my stream today.
Oh, okay, cool. Well, congrats on the 47. You have a 42,
Thank
which is
you.
also good. Those are honestly really good.
Dude,
times
I was
to be
ahead of
getting.
PB coming out of rank C. I was 43 seconds ahead. And
Yeah,
11:21 rank C done.
you love a good rank C, a decent rank C into a reset. It's a
Bro, that could have
classic.
been like emulator world record pace even like at that point, like at rank C,
Oh,
but
I didn't realize you're on emulator, huh?
it was really good. Like comparing
Hey,
to your I was 20 seconds ahead of your I think it was the 4004 you had.
nice. Let's go.
Coming out of Fiery Furnace, but then I was 2 seconds behind it on rank C done.
Yeah, the minute barriers are kind of interesting for this game. I'd say the barriers go from like you go once you get sub 50, you're kind of in those high 40s for a little bit. Once you get sub 45, it gets a little harder to PB, and then typically once you do PB, you get like a 40, like a 42, a 43 or something. And then it's like a lot of people haven't broken that like 42, 41 minute barrier, but once
Dude,
like it's
I golded by so much.
it's pretty crazy. It's obviously, you know, they gotta get some good RNG, but a lot of stuff can go wrong. You just lose so much time and no passwords just because you just don't have something. Like Rob does without this 600 power. What the heck? You got it first drop. I was like, oh, I was about to say, what if halqery gets first drop 600 power? And you did.
Was it close?
Was it close in the race? No.
Yeah. Oh.
No. Rob's had some deaths for sure.
Okay, I was worried. I'm like,
unlucky.
I swear if I died at the end of rank B's battle. Yeah, like it was so bad. And then I died to the Gengar. Like I was trying my best to avoid the Shadow Balls, but I just couldn't.
Yeah. I believe how Rob just died one extra time than you did. He died once in same rank B, and then he died in Windy Prairie B and Windy Prairie A, I believe.
Yeah, I golded Windy Prairie C by 12 seconds.
Yeah, it cracked. That was a really good Windy Prairie.
Because of the Doduo, man. It was just disgusting. Like, emulator actually, if Rumble is the same way as PMD WiiWare, I tried my hardest to find any differences between WiiWare on emulator and WiiWare on console, and I could not even find a frame where emulator saved. So, like, that's a real gold. For the most part.
It does save time. There is less lag on emulator. Just like the Pokemon, like.
It still feels like it lags a ton, like when they die.
It does lag. It does lag a little bit, like still on emulator, but particularly when in rank B, Windy Prairie. Nice, you got 600 power. Let's go. Fire Fang is also a really good move. Let's go. But whenever there's like those moves that have those really big animations, like Gust. That's where you like save time on emulator, but it's literally like 2 seconds or something. It's really the difference between emulator and console is actually not that big of a difference.
Yeah,
really.
It's insane how accurate Dolphin is with WiiWare games.
Yeah. Let's go, Rob. Finishing up his 600 power grind. Finally got that 600 power.
How long did it take him?
It took him. That's actually a little above, like a little slower than average, honestly. What I do sometimes, it's kind of it's risky, but it's possible. It's something helpful. You can go to the Charizard, like those rare Charizards in the third room. Just go straight to them and then try to kill those. And then typically, if it drops, it'll be the power you need. Sometimes it won't be, and then you're just out of luck. But sometimes they will be. That's kind of a strat. So it's. You got it a lot faster than average. He just did a little slower than average. So
I think I don't know if it was rank A or rank B, but like I almost went to the end of the dungeon looking for
rank A is bad, man. Rank A is the worst rank for trying to get the power. It's definitely true. Oh, we got Frozen. What the heck? At least he didn't get the
I was
back
gonna say,
head.
I've never seen
Triad.
Frozen before.
He did buy a Pokemon. I feel like he maybe just be trying to do it for insurance, trying to make sure he doesn't die. It is a fun strat.
I should have done that at rank B.
It is. So honestly, it's not even really worth it in any rank other than rank S. You can like if you do it in another rank, it's probably fine. It's just the Pokemon typically aren't that good, so it's like, oh great.
Well, my team consisted of a Growlithe and a slightly worse Growlithe.
You know, I guess you got a point. I guess if in the instance of
no
like really
diversity.
not having anything, it honestly might have not been a bad idea, because typically you don't buy a Pokemon, but rank S is obviously like quote unquote the most important battle royale. So
yeah, so I don't know if it's just come with age or precedence, but like I was just sitting there thinking like at the beginning of one of the things everything was weak to fire, and at the end of one of the things the same thing everything was weak to psychic. So maybe like you don't start with like a Kadabra if you have one. Like I don't know. I just started like thinking about that today. Like maybe I should start like trying to have some kind of like priority order for going into the battle royales.
my man's just thinking. My man's just doing some speed run routing here.
I'm thinking.
I'm scared. I'm scared. Other side of the bracket, so I don't got to worry about it right now. I have to win my first match.
So yeah, I was expecting to. I don't know. I wasn't expecting anything, to be honest.
Honestly, like a conversation that was had a lot prior to the tournament starting was like, oh, like, is it going to be fair, really? And I really do think it's going to be a pretty fair fight for like top 3. Anything can happen to any of these runners. I've had multiple times, especially during like marathon runs or something, where I have gone into a rank or gone to like rank A trying to get the 400 power, and I couldn't get it 3 times. I had to go into the stage 4 times to get the 400 power. Like it is, it's unlikely, but it's possible. Like I can absolutely just lose. Seed
also,
1 can lose.
I've had like 6 special traits today, and none of them were speedy.
Yeah, Rob did get a speedy. Rob's also finished. Let's go, Rob. Very proud. But Rob did get a speedy. Rob's very, very based for that. All right, and that's.
I mean, I did get a quick attack in every single rank, so I mean that's fair enough.
Yeah, you got some pretty
dude, the quick attack punchy Electabuzz, I think it was silly. Did you see how hard it was hitting with Facade?
Yeah, dude, Punchy's really good. I was shocked to see how much damage it was doing.
And then it had little bro had quick attack.
Yeah, it was like the best other than like maybe Thunder Shock or something. What's up, Rob?
That was awful.
Aw, Dave.
Hey, you know, you prevailed, you finished, you got through it.
Dude, I lucked out with that Rapid Ash having Mega Horn at the end. If that thing didn't have Mega Horn, I was screwed.
And yeah, Mega Horn is actually super, super good. It's kind of hard to use optimally, but it's very good. It has a lot of hitboxes and very strong.
Yeah, like I noticed, there was one point where Mewtwo was right at the barrier, and I was like, if I hit that barrier, I might be screwed. So Rob, I was like, I don't know what your other move is, let's try it.
How was, like, have you played the game? What was the last time you played the game? What's up?
Last time I played the game was Series Race, and that was with passwords. The last time I did anything in this game with no passwords is probably when I did that no passwords collect-em-all, which was like 3 or 4 years ago.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I forgot how difficult this game was without password Pokemon. Shit.
Yeah, it's not like a completely different game, but it is a much different experience.
But it's like it's on hard difficulty.
Yeah, much different experience. There's a lot of things you have to be like aware of and be like, oh gosh, I don't have anything to fight with.
Yeah,
okay.
I would have done so much worse if I didn't do like some practice runs earlier today.
I think health benefited because I did no practice. I should have told you tomorrow.
Well, I mean, if it makes you feel better, I died at the end of the rank B battle royale, and I died at the very end of the Gengar fight in whatever rank that is.
Oh, I died multiple times. Don't worry.
You just had one extra death than halqery did, Rob, but it was
I
still
only
a
had
pretty
one
good
extra?
race for sure.
Yeah, my
Okay,
beginning
right?
was silly. My beginning was very
my
silly.
beginning was silly. I lucked out in that beginning of A rank, I got a Pidgeotto with Speedy.
I had
That
an
was a
1121 rank C done.
You have a what?
I had an 1121 rank C done.
I wasn't running splits. I don't know what my
Oh.
time was.
Well,
but
the
was
first thing that
bad.
dropped was the first Pokemon that dropped from me was like an 80-something Doduo with Quick Attack, and I was chilling for like the whole rank.
I got an 80 quick. I think I got the same thing basically. An
Really?
80 quick attack.
You got
Doduo.
it. You got it.
It was
right
like my
before,
second or third drop.
It was like right, like a couple rooms before
That's
the boss.
that's insane.
A little after, yeah.
Yeah, but rank B, I had a hard time getting anything with.
But yeah, according to my splits, I have a plugin that tells me when the last my PB'd was. I PB'd 2,643 days ago.
Yeah, it was like 16 or something.
Hulk, I saw you enter this tournament. I was like, Hulk plays this game?
Yeah, I haven't. I was telling
this
Ducky earlier that I haven't. Before today, I haven't played Rumble since the Obama administration.
Oh, gee.
Very good. Very good.
It's rough. It's rough out here, man. But I do have a 42, so it's not like I know nothing.
What's my PB and do I even have a PB and no password?
You have not submitted it, but I think you do have one. I think it was like a 55 or something, but
I feel like I have a better time than that, but I don't know. I'd have to look at my old computer and see if I have splits for it. So
you
We have plenty
also
of time to get a new one.
yeah, we've got plenty of time to get a new one.
yeah, because I ain't
round
submitting
one-
this. That's for damn sure. Fuck this.
Round one matches.
So why is this the first match? The deadline's tomorrow.
Well. So we had Schwarz have to drop out at least of winners because of streaming issues. And we haven't heard from Zener 41 Diego yet. I haven't heard like any feedback from that. But the deadline is tomorrow, so if we don't get the match tomorrow, we'll obviously there'll be some kind of DQ of some sort.
Because I went to Utah and back and still played my match, so I don't know.
No, I make it to semifinals because everyone else drops out. I would love it.
I took a 4-day vacation in Salt Lake City, Utah, and I came back and stressed out about getting my match done on time. It turns out it's the first match of the tournament.
Hulk messaged me is like, "You want to do our match today or tomorrow?" I'm like, "Shit, I'm in this Rumble tournament. I forgot."
I knew I was in it, and I was considering like dropping out because I'm like, man, I don't have time to practice. I can't really like it'll just
Dude, I had all the time in the world to
come on,
practice,
it's fun.
but I forgot. And then what I should have done is I should have told you. I should have told you to do our match tomorrow, so I practiced today a little. But oh well, I'll just make a run in losers. It's all good.
Yeah, this was a good first round to show off the game, show off the runners for the
Show off how
tournament.
shit this luck can be.
The winner of the halqery is going to be playing whoever is the winner of the Diego Armando and Zener.
Diego has like a 40, doesn't he?
I believe that's yes. You see two.
Hulk, I hate to break it to you, dude. I think neither of us are going far.
I have a 42, but it's just 7 years old.
Hulk, what are you doing today?
I was told today on my stream by my chat room that my Rumble PB is a second grader.
Hulk, what are you doing today?
I'm sitting here.
Cool, let's do more practice.
Do you want to run it back?
Yeah, I need to run it back. And
all right.
I
need to run it back too. 50 is
practice.
disgusting.
Yeah, dude, if you think 50 is disgusting, my time was over an hour.
I mean, all right, I have like another hour and a half, and then I gotta go to bed.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right.
All
Well,
so we're gonna go
thank you
game.
guys. Yeah, thank
Thanks
you guys
for
for having
commentating.
us. Yeah, for sure. I hope to be able to commentate as much as I can. This was really fun. I hope you guys enjoyed watching it. Thank you guys again for playing and entering. Good luck for the rest of the tournament. I believe in you guys. You guys showed up, and that's half the battle, so I'm proud of you.
Dude, we showed up, which is more than half the competitors right now.
Yeah, so
Woo!
let's go.
Man.
So GG's. Thank you guys. Have a
See
good
ya.
one.
Oh my god.